On we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're working on the 100 million. Let's go through the skills first. So we're making the skills as perfect as it could be. We have the 1 point in the blight for the 15% multiplicative damage. We have the huge flash. We have the 5 points in blood mist into the ghastly blood mist. And we have all the points in corpse explosion. Now, one thing we could do is we could cut 3 points out of here to get 3 more points into death reach for even more multiplicative damage. But that seems a bit greedy, you know? That seems a really big greedy, but it would be the maximum damage potentially. We have the corpse tendrils into blood orbs because why not? And the necrotic carapace. I mean, necrotic carapace is just for a little bit fortified. We technically don't need it. And then the shadow blight. Now for the Paragon board, we need to go for in, right? In, and resistance and max life. Then here again, we could choose a straight away to go for control, but we'll probably put control in just to get the 20 million. So again, control is actually terrible in my eyes, but we will put it in just for the max damage experiment. Realistically, though, I will play Amplify because Amplify is just better to play for overall survivability and everything. Because Amplify gives us a bonus 180 armor, a bonus 18% damage, right? Dex and willpower. So Amplify is great, but we'll probably swap it out for control just for the, you know, in the most out of it. Now, we'll need the Send of Death first. And then the Send of Death board, we will go for Dexterity. Dexterity. Bop, bop, bop. So we get here the damage to healthy enemies. That is our initial crits to be higher. Kind of nice and doesn't hurt. And you get another, like, 7.5% crit, 7.5% crit, right? And then you take the node. Go up here for whatever you want to go for, but we'll also choose int, dex, int, and then crit, 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 and here also. Because this is another 7.5, 15, 22.5, right? And then another 30% critical strike damage bonus, which is just huge. Take Bo's intelligence notes, and here we're probably going to put on the Scorch Glyph. Even though Scorch is, yeah, that's another 10% multiplicative damage, so that's great. Which brings me, though, that we have to actually go over the left side. That's an intelligence node. You know what? I feel like we have to flip this board to make it more efficient. Yeah, I feel like this is a very inefficient way that I have taken this board here right now. Let me reset this. I feel like if we turn this upside down... Hey, chat, let's waste all our money, right? If we turn this upside down... Now, we're trying to get 100 million, so we might as well do this multiple times. So, if we go now here... Or should we go from the side? Should we go from... No. Yeah, this is better. So we go 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. No, actually, dot, dot, dot. We go over the left side, so get the int node. Right? And then you pick Scourge. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's the question. I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3. Like I need to go out of this board on the left or the right. Right? So we need to leave this board too into the next board. But if I'm planning to leave this board, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So if I would go over this now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could go over this, take another int and double willpower. That's good. We could also take the dex just for more crit though. So that's dex, int, dex, strength, bop, bop, bop. And then we could go for 1, 2 and just take this. Might be, this seems like a way better route to do this, right? Which build are we doing? We're doing the 100 million damage necro. Shadow Lilith's Wall. And we take the Flesh Eater. And for the Flesh Eater, we need this one. Because critical damage. 1, 2, 3. Wait, we have to turn this around. I think we have to turn this around. Oh, I need to theor, like, okay, wait. I need an Flesh Eater. I'm just burning through. I'm gonna be poor after this. So we could also go from down here, because we essentially go over this, go there, and then we go up, because we don't need all of these. Like, we don't need them. But we need, right? There's nothing. Yeah, we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get injured, critical, bob. We get the grid, damage to elites, and here you can slot in the essence glyph, which is more critical strike damage. You can also take the back here. Then we can do int, crit, like crit. And the only thing that speaks against this would be taking resistance to all elements, right? To make you just more sturdy. But we have taken the maximum amount of dexterity nodes, which is 174.2% critical strike damage. 100k? No, I mean 100 million. Why would I say 100k when I mean 100 million, sir? Come on now. There's a reasonable approach for that. Yeah, that's decent. And now we're missing the Wither board. And my only problem is that we might be running out of points before we get to the point where I need to be. The int dex int dex no dex. I prefer to take this int node because you want to have as many intelligence as possible, right? So I can mix about this because that's going to be scaling our damage. Then we take dex and we get these. Int, we take these. We travel up into the darkness board. And here's technically the question. Darkness is technically bad because darkness doesn't scale our crit damage. So this would higher our shadow damage, right? And it would also higher the Ixfeld's corroded signet because it's the same type of damage to nearby enemies, right? So it's kind of like a little bit the do you really want to do that, you know? That's another 45 int for this one. That's another 5 int. So you get 50 int easy. Technically, that's like 60 int if I want to go for that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last board you would take is technically the bone graft board. And here we need to be economical with our points. There's two things you could do. You could take the Imbiber glyph, or we could now take the Exploit glyph. Because Exploit is also another 10% multiplicative vulnerable damage. We all know that vulnerable got nerfed, but we could go for Exploit. But I'm not sure if Imbiber is more damage, and that's where I'm... I have 23 points left. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 33 points left. Because that's like now the big questions. Where are we going with this? Okay. What are we working on? We're working on the 100 million crit with the dot build, with the dot Xfeld build to make this the ultimate build, right? You saw 70 million crits. That's the thing, but we should be able to get it higher. You know, we had a 32 million crit already this morning. So chat, in case you missed it, 32 million crit is out. We're currently at another. We have a 700% critical strike damage bonus, and our wand is technically horrible because it could be 31%, right? And our gloves are also not having critical strike damage bonus. So what we could do on the glove is we could reroll blight until we get critical strike damage. I think it can do that as well. So we're not min-maxed out, but I have 32 points, right? We could also go for the bloodbath board, because the bloodbath board technically has a lot of dex nodes as well, but it also has this damage while fortified, which is interesting that you could go for. Also, here's damage while fortified that you could tap into. But there's also damage while healthy, and that's actually crazy because damage while healthy is really powerful stat to actually achieve. Alternatively, you could go into the Blood Begets board, where you also have just damage while... No, it didn't have damage while healthy. It just had a lot of dex nodes you could easily reach. It's like the question what we want. Do we want the more life on the character now, or do we want the damage while fortified, for example, or try to get the damage while healthy? Because again, you could get more damage while healthy, right? Damage while healthy and damage while healthy. And this is like so easy to get. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. That would be another 25%. It's like no, a huge boost in damage. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I would have another 22 points left, right? We just said 22 points left. 23 points left even, yeah. So I have 23 points left, right? So we could go for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then you could put in the any kind of dex glyph. So we could go for exploit, for example, which gives us another 10% multiplicative. And then that would be 19 points spent, and I have 33 in total. So I could go for damage while fortified, dex, boom. It's actually, wow, I could put the essence glyph in here. Bam. Wow, that's a lot of dex, actually. What the... That is 7, 14, 19, 24, 29, 34. It's 44 as well. Interesting. Which we kind of have. We had 44 here too. And with this, I could only get like, if I put it here. I mean, it's definitely the more, like, if we're going for the max damage, we're not going for survivability right now, in case you wonder. Because this is, like, the bit weird thing. Technically, you would go for survivability, but we just want to, like, see right now how much crit can I weasel out of this. The problem is we don't have the willpower to get this triggered, so that makes me a bit mad. So you would lose a little bit of usability from this node. Then dex. And the problem is my exploit glyph is only level 11. So we'll actually have to max level this now to get the max out of it. As you notice, I'm not getting what I'm looking for here right now. And I even have 5 points left to min-max even more. Interesting. So this would be with the Amplify glyph, but if we're going for maximum damage, we would swap Amplify for control. And just for like the numbers, Mason, what do the numbers even mean? Now let me crowd control targets. Let me just weasel out a little bit more damage quickly. There was a 17 million. Standard 7 million. I mean, it looked like a 17 million. Let me say it like that. Both 8 millions and such. I'm not sure if I saw 22. You get the overpower running. But the thing is, for the ultimate damage, you literally have to get your Bone Storm running. You have to get your overpower running. And you have to get your... Literally don't know what we're seeing here. We throw on the recording. We throw on the recording for a second, chat. So 6 million. Yeah, we're going to throw on the recording for a second. Start the recording. So our problem is, just for you to explain, to get the maximum damage, we need corpse channels to hit. We need 10 times Shadow Blight stacked. We also need the 5 corpses to be had for Flesh Eater, right? So we need the 5 corpses to be had for Flesh Eater. Then we need the I don't know if the 22% applies here when the dummy is not healthy. Okay, so that needs to apply too. Then it needs to be stunned for the 20% here, you know, for the 20% on that. And then it also needs to be stunned. Yeah. Okay. Now let's activate everything. Let's get him down. Oh, and then you need the Godslayer crown to trigger as well. And at the same time, the Unstoppable to trigger. Okay. So we're just jumping this out here right now. We don't have a potion running yet. Okay. So this is without a potion, guys. This is without Fist of Fate. Fist of Fate could also increase our damage technically. And we're looking for lucky hits mostly. Okay. Oh, we're an idiot. Why are we doing this? Someone just punched me in the face. Someone just punched me in the face. Verbally abused me. Call me animal names. I am so stupid. Why am I so stupid? Because we completely forget about vampiric powers that are not working. God, I hate my life right now. So we need domination, obviously, to do the maximum multiple damage. Then we need flowing veins. We need the prey on the weak vampiric power. And which is the last multiplier that would help us here? I mean, this is just for ultimate skill damage. So this one we would take for dungeon pushing. That's for just faster attack speed. That's for permanent crits when we stagger. So that would just be giving us on the stagger like a multi-million super hit. I mean, technically we could achieve a lot of damage with Faith and Blood. But that would be only for channeled skills, so it actually wouldn't work the way I want it to work. I mean, we could get a random overpower that can crit. I mean, that's the last thing you could get. You could get a Blood Boil where you land a lucky hit, and if that lucky hit overpowers, then it crits, and then you could, but that's not really reliable, so it wouldn't work. So I guess Terror would probably be working here. Okay, so in this case, I need 5 more Divinity and 5 more Mortality. Okay, we're gonna cleanse the chesticle right now. Wait, I have more than 1 cleansing acid. I have more than 1 cleansing acid. Yeah. You do not scare me like this, that I do not have the resources to do this anymore. Okay, we need... What did I say we need? 4 divinity. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1. Oh. Good. Now I need 2 more skulls. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, now we had to keep this in mind, guys. We had a 32 million crit already without my vampiric powers being maxed. That's fantastic. Okay. I don't know. Pay attention, guys. We're trying to spam as high as possible. We're trying to get everything out. Trying to do everything we have in our powers here. Like, to ignore the millions of damage that are happening from just passive overload damage anyways, so ignore that. We're just looking for the highest possible 15 million. I think I saw 15 million there. Random X-Files procs. Again, the random X-Files procs is what we're looking for. We're looking to get the 5 corpses, everything going. There's another X-Files proc. We need this. We need to get this. There's an overpower. I'm not sure where we're at right now. Anyone saw something high? There's too much damage. And we need to... And we do this for another bit, and then we'll just have to watch this like back in slow-mo. Okay. When I see like constant 9 millions and everything, and there's a lot of damage there, so let's see what comes out of that now. Okay, there was a lot going on. Would you consider this better than the Desecration build? This is safer than the Desecration build. So this has always been safer. You have to understand about this build, that this build is the ultimate dungeon pushing build. It's always been the ultimate dungeon pushing build. Right now, I'm just swapping the dungeon pushing part over to more damage. Now, we can't say that this will turn out to be... we'll also put this in a real life test, because this is right now not a real life test, right? Right? Problem is, Penta with tier 100, you need Bone Storm to survive without your death. That's why you play Flicker Step. This is again why you play Flicker Step, Ranu. This is why the original Penta dot build, and I'm saying it, is actually not that good. Because we made a better version that is realistically better to play. But a lot of people don't want to hear this. Okay, this is damage experiments. Because it's like the realistic, you know, more survivably build. Now we need to close Photoshop. We need to open here DaVinci, because now with DaVinci we can watch frame by frame. Okay, this is it's the whole plan, chat. And again, we did this without a potion, because now consider, guys, there's a potion that gives you 25% critical strike damage, right? Right. I mean, we are already currently at a 25% critical strike chance, plus the 40% from Bone Storm, plus the 30% from this, okay? So we're at a 75% critical strike chance, but we could also get 25% critical strike damage plus, and we're at 700% right now. Right? There's still something to be gained. Okay, let's go into my edits. This is, by the way, how today's YouTube video... This is today's YouTube video. Actually, if you ever wanted to see how today's YouTube video looks in cutting, this is the cutting we do. This is how a YouTube video actually looks when it's being made. With music, with multiple scenes, with green screens, with everything put into that. It's not as intricate as actually like the TikToks take, because there's way more animations and everything on the TikToks. But this is kind of like what we're going for. But now let me swap over to an empty help. Let's slam out this, what we just recorded. Okay. Get my stupid voice out. Get you the full screen so you can see it. Full screen timeline. We're gonna need this in... We can essentially scrap this through frame by frame. We need this bigger. And we need this one bigger. You know? And we are going to move this so we only see damage on the dummies, right? So now, I hope you can see this. Is this visible, chat? Can you see all of this? Now we can literally go through like here frame by frame and see. Obviously there was the dash. We'll zoom a bit out so we get a bit more. There, see, there's a casual 6 million. I mean, oh, this might be the waifu. I need to check. Sorry. Okay, let's go. What's else doing? There's a 10 million. 10 million. Tiny number. 5 million, 6 million, 10 million. As they see, this is why you have to go frame by frame to really see if things are working, right? Is that an 85 million or does it just look like it? It just looked like it. I was like, is this an 85 million? No, it's two numbers mixing. See? This is how you could come to the conclusion that you saw an 85 million there suddenly. Wait, what is that number? Is that a 45,000 or million? That behind the 69. Is that a 45,000? It's 45,000. Let's try. Let me see. That's a. There's a 4.7. There's a 5. There's a. Oh god. What am I seeing here, Chad? There's a 2. There's a 3. There's a 3. There's a 3. There's a 22 on the side, but I think that's just a 22,000. Yeah. Is that 22,000? Yeah, that's a 22,000 as well. Like, you know, like you never know where the things are hitting. Oh god. That's a 6, that's for sure. It's a 6 and a 5. A 6 and a 5. There was down there, there was like, you have to look for these guys, by the way. Do you see this purple down here? This purple down here, that's the it's the actual proc of the X-Fel's corroded signet. Okay, so that's when X-Fel's, just see that's boom, that was an X-Fel's again. So whenever you actually go through the video and you're looking for like a high crazy X-Fel's hit, you're literally just looking for, see, there was another one of the purple auras up there. You're gonna just look, what was that? What was that one like? There's too many numbers here. There's 3 million. That's essentially what you're always like kind of trying to look at. There was another X-Fel's. There's a 7 million. Wait, is that's a 10 million? There's a casual 10 million there, Chad. There's a 6 million. And that's why you're like, it's taking a while to get to the perfect number, because you're not going to see constant 70 millions. That's just simply not what no necro build does. But there is a world when all your multipliers come perfectly together, right? That you will see one super high number. I mean, we constantly see obviously millions here of damage, which is kind of cool. Plus, like you see these, that's 907 and 600k just standard Shadow Blight damage in the background, right? It's like the, oh, there's a 12 million. There's a casual 12 and a 15 million. Look at this. So one dash just triggered a 15 million and a 12 million and a 2 million. One single dash. So on that screen, you have all of that happening right now. Plus up there is a casual 3 million damage over time, right? It's just happening. Why wouldn't there be a casual, you know? There's another 10 million or 9.9. You want it that way. We're getting there, you know? I'm happy about the first results, but there's 6, there's 7, there's 7, there's 7, so there's a bunch of interesting numbers. There's a 9, there's a 9. We'll be having to scrounge through a lot of video footage to really get to that point where you're like, getting the perfect hit, you know, where all the stars align and everything comes together. But what we need to do right now is we need to squeeze the last levels out of our exploit glyph. So that's what we checked right now. So that's good for the first preliminary test, right? So we saw like already 15 million is the highest. And now where is oh, melee defenders, great, 40% less damage taken, fantastic. So what I do for dungeon pushing, by the way, is I always swap this because I'm lazy to go for my resistances. Just in case you wonder, what is he doing? Yeah, I'm swapping that because I'm too lazy. I want my resistances to be maxed. So I'm essentially taking less damage into the dungeon to just make my own survivability a bit smoother. Which dungeon did I just activated a rune, right? Why am I not seeing it again? Oh, there. Jesus. I'm just blind. That cookie looks a bit dry. This is oatmeal cookies. They're not dry. They're delicious as fuck. You say anything about oatmeal cookies, we're throwing hands. So, blood search build. The blood search build needs a rework, yes. So this is me now. This is me. Who are you looking for? Oh, I killed everything. That's why everything is dead. I was wondering, you know, why are we... He just died. Why are we not getting any new barrier? Because everything was dead. How cool. I'm not ready yet. I made the mistake of accidentally killing everything. I didn't intend to. So you prefer over the Lilith wall, the shield that does, the offhand that does the thingy. Yes, you can do that. I mean, what you're talking about is you're essentially liking the, I forgot one of these thingies. You're liking the... Come on, brain, say it. The desecrated ground, which is actually not bad because there's a way how to use desecrated ground for even more damage. So desecrated ground is generally not a horrible choice. Now keep in mind, as you're seeing this, right? This is now the build tech for maximum damage, where there's so much more survivability you can have if you cut a little bit of damage. Okay? And we're literally talking about not cutting thousands, like millions of damage. We're talking about like cutting a few thousand down to still drop continuous millions of damage, but essentially be even more survivally than we are right now. Because currently we're playing without the shielding storm. Okay, Chad, this is here right now without 20,000 constant barrier. As you see, we're at 16,000 barrier, right? Playing this without right now. I'm not ready yet. Just for the sake of max damage experiment. But what you usually would do is you would run a constant barrier, so you're essentially unkillable. Or you're max damage zooming through the dungeon, you know. Timothy is just locked into the tiny corner there. Timothy, what are you doing there? Come out of your tiny corner. Oh god, he just lightning executed me. We can't push more than 70. Give me a second. I'll show you something. Give me a second. I'll show you something. Just so you feel the true fun of this. Where's my shielding storm? So just so you're feeling the true fun of this. That is my helmet with shielding storm now. Put that on. So this is the same build as before, but now you just added the shielding storm, which you usually play for dungeon pushing, because again, it makes no sense to not play this. And that's what I'm also saying. So this was essentially the pentadot, right? And you notice how the pentadot is just prone to dying if you're not careful. But that's the whole point. You don't want to be careful. Like, you want to do 1 billion damage. You want to do all the crazy damage without being careful, without caring for anything, right? Without giving a flying fart. That's what you want to do. And that's where this beauty comes in, where I'm now like stacking up a constant bazillion of barrier. And when he's trying to do damage to me, it's essentially not happening because we just have the barrier going on, which is just brilliant. Right? And you know what? If you're lacking the barrier, if you're not having it going yet because, you know, your thing is on cooldown, that's okay. You just dash through and you get your thing back up and you're done for. Haha. That's the beauty about it, right? Because you just get it back for dashing due to the flicker step. Which is the biggest fun about this build, because people are saying, you know, you're so weak when you don't have Bone Storm. But what if you always have Bone Storm? What if there's no option to like literally not have Bone Storm? Because that's what you're just, you pull everyone together, right? You're flicker stepping through once, you're flicker stepping through twice, you have Bone Storm and you don't die. And from that point on, you throw on the turbo, and then you just throw this in to make more Bone Storms, right? And then you just keep throwing on the turbo because you have like now 16,000 barrier pumping, right? And then you make more Bone Storms, and then you keep going because everything behind you just dies. Then you throw on the second Bone Storm because why would you not have 2 Bone Storms going anyways? And everything dies again. And you make even more Bone Storms because why wouldn't you? Which makes you go crazy, and then you make more Bone Storms because that's what you do. I'm not ready yet. Oh, I just swapped the helmet, and I don't even have my Metamorphosis Vampiric Power running. I am brilliant, chat. I am brilliant. I just essentially swapped my helmet, and I forget that I'm losing my Vampiric Power. So just for your general understanding on how dungeons are going to be handled from now on in terms of speed, we're kind of missing the Vampiric Power currently, but that's fine because I'm not going to put that back now for the boss, because at the boss you don't need the barrier, right? I mean, at the boss you're like tanky enough. And what you're going to do is you're going to put on back your Godslayer crown because like we're tanky enough. We don't need more tank. But you could just squeeze out a little bit more damage, right? I could just carry that around with you. So you're still going to throw on the Bone Storm and get the damage reduction from the Bone Storm. Then we're going to put like multiple Bone Storms on Dave the Diver. Now you're essentially just overloading him with Bone Storms and everything, and you're diving into him, and he's just here. You're just waiting for lucky hits to trigger. Also, it brings us to a potential lucky hit potion. This is like how the build then just works in the real world, right? It's nice to do like super millions of crits and whatsoever, but this is like the reality of things. This is how it's going to be played, and your crits are going to apply. But now we need to level up the exploit glyph. I'm not sure if there's another one I would like to level up. We do have essentially all the damage multipliers we can have. The only other damage multiplier I could have is... I mean, Gravekeeper, but that wouldn't be worth it. You could go Sacrificial, but that would also not be worth it. Desecrated Ground is a good multiplier. Yeah, but Exploit is the only one we're talking about, right? Oh, don't say it's the lack of single target. No. Stefan. I mean, if you think that boss clear was slow, you're just like literally looking at druids, and you're just literally looking at barbarians right now and sorks. And obviously we can't compare to that. I'm sorry. Well, that's not true. We can compare to that, but then we're lacking dungeon clearing speed. But yeah, realistically, you can't just right now compare yourself to barbs and sorks and be like, oh yeah, you know, well, what if we're just a sork now? And we could do this. I don't have another shielding storm that I wanted to put on my chest so I can just run around the Godslayer crown all the way. I use a massive two-handed damage. You can use a massive two-hander to essentially boost the damage. So for damage testing for maximum damage rolls, I could use a massive two-hander that I don't have. I think we need to do some duriels. Like, we will definitely test this. Yes, that's a good point. We could do a two-hander that has int, can go up to 170%. We could actually test this with... We could test this with Bloodless Scream. Just for the YOLOs to see like how much maximum could the damage be. Because that's another 40% multiplicative on frozen targets, right? And if you, as soon as you stagger someone, like you can get all the multipliers together. So just for the YOLOs, let me see this. We're getting this. We drink the potion of critical strikening. We're gonna wait for a stagger to get the real damage, you know? Stagger it. There's a couple of million there. There's honestly, there's too many. I just literally don't know what I'm seeing here. Throwing on the recording, chat. Throwing on the recording. Oh no, there's so many numbers. I don't know what we're doing. Let me stagger. Now's the time. Now's the time for maximum damage. There's just like the amount of crits is just something, right, John? You can literally not say what's this? We're going for it. One thing we can say is that our lucky hit could be higher because we're right now not seeing as many lucky hit procs as I would like to see. Okay, just as a comparison with a two-handed weapon, where's my recording? Throwing that back in for damage. Okay, here we go. All right, no, you were just... Okay, let's see. Well, I'm gonna fast forward to the stagger. There's so many numbers. There might have been some other damage in between, but let's see. Oh god, I can literally not differentiate between anything. Touch of 38, yeah. Oh, you know what? We're an absolute idiot for putting on that two-handed weapon because we kind of forget that we're missing the blighted aspect, which makes it really interesting. So we're now missing 120% bonus multiplicative damage, guys. Oops, I kind of forget that part, you know? So we're missing that gigantic damage multiplier to everything, but still we're seeing like this is 6, this is 5, this is 6, this is 5 million. You need another 200. We need another 200 where we can enchant it on. That's funny because like despite like missing out on that multiplier, and yet we're still able to scale it up to there's 2 millions, there's like 2 millions, there's another 2 million. So you're still, despite missing out on that, right? There's another 6, 5, 5, 5. So there's a couple of like there's 6.2, 5 million. So you're still able to scale it up to that despite like having the wrong one. But wait, I have a weapon. I have a weapon, I think, with the Shadow Black Key passive on, right?
I cannot do that here.
Average damage might still be higher, yes, but I mean, we can't check average damage, right? Thank you, Blizzard, for no DPS meter. Why would we want to check average damage anyways? What we can do is we can ditch this. And I had a two-handed weapon that actually had Shadow Black Key passive on it, didn't I? It's a 891 sword. It has damage over time, all stats, damage to close, damage to distance. I mean, we can upgrade this maximum. Hey, let's waste some more money, shall we, Chad? Waste some more money because we just have this weapon here right now. Not even a max roll. It's a sword as well, which actually boosts our critical strike even more. That's interesting, Chad. That is very interesting when you think about it. Let's waste resources. Wait, actually, we have to put in sapphires. Because that's more critical strike damage against crowd control targets, right? I mean, we're at 800% critical strike damage now. Plus critical strike damage versus crowd control targets, right? We also need to try to re-roll the damage to distant enemies to critical strike damage. Okay. All stats, damage to close, damage to distant enemies. To intelligence, that's nice. That's nice. 138 int. Oh yeah, we need to take the resistances off as well. Jesus, you're right. Holy balls. Maggie. Okay, I see like we did not have the optimal thing running, chat, and yet we still dropped 6 and 5 and millions, all of that. So we've literally been missing 120% bonus multiplicative damage. We have been missing the 21% shadow damage to everything, and yet we did that damage. Okay, are we ready? We need to get the YouTube live stream back as well. Sorry, chat. Let's start. Slow and steady. Kurza. You tell me what you're seeing in between. Chat, why are you not saying anything? What are you seeing? Legolas, what does your Elben eye see? Chat, why are you not saying anything? Where's the DPS? I think I saw a couple of 17 and 18, by the way. 12s, 2 19s. Yes. Why are you not saying anything? Okay. Go. By the way, I hope you're finding this interesting than just playing the game, chat, because I'm having like really fun trying to figure this out now and min-maxing it. So this is actually a joy for me. So I hope you're having fun too. See, like alone in this screen here, Chad, I think there's 667777. And there's there's almost AIDS. And right now we get running the 10 Shadow Blight stacks, fueled by death, and we get the 40% bonus damage. Now, I don't know if right now T-Bolt's Will is also running and the Godslayer Crown, because I don't think they do actually have any indicators for it, right? But technically there's two 11 millions back to back. There's a 13 and an 11 million as well. So alone on this screen, there's here 11, there's 13, there's 11, and there's 11. There's all the numbers that we can't see because we're too damn low. Oh, there's a bunch. Chat, I can already feel it. Okay, there's an 18 million. Wait, this is too many. So that's 16.5. There is 18.9, and below that is another. I think there's a 10 million on the left, but I'm not sure. There's a 9 million up there. Yeah, there's a 9 and a 10. There's an 11. There's an 18 and an 18. There's an 11. Okay, there's the next proc. There's 16, there's 17, there is 12. Right? 17, there's 12. There's the next one that was casual, 14 million, 16 million as well. There's another one back there. So harsh too. There's another one. There's a 13 million. That's a 19. There's 19, right? I'm not crazy. That's 16, 16, 18, 19 million, somewhere obscure, 12, 13. Quite the decent amount. There's another one. Just a normal. What's that? Is the 4 million? I don't know. Is that 2 4 million? Is that 1 4 million? What is that number? The number, Mason. There's another 11, 16, 18. So that's what we're right now around with the two-handed weapon, right? But the thing is that these crits, they don't make sense to really hunt for. Because now going with a two-handed weapon into the dungeon would be atrocious. Because again, it's just so vastly better to go into the dungeon with your one-handed weapon and with your one-handed weapon and that. Oh, where's my? I forget my one-handed weapon. Where's my one-handed weapon? So because well, actually, it would be okay to go in. I think it would actually be. Where's my one-handed weapon? That one, right? Yeah. Would probably be okay to go in. I mean, we can test this for a second, just out of the mere intrigue. Where is Old Stone? Renegade's Retreat. Drifting Shade. Yellow Lal's Wiggle. Vault of the Forsaken. What ifs? So if we're going now for resistances still, and we're gonna start the whole thing with the one-handed weapon, and then I'll just want to swap it over to the two-handed and see how that feels for the two-hander. Right? Close this out. Nomicon? No, Nomicon. Is it true that Metamorphosis is the new Bone Prison with the Lucky Hit proc on Mendel? No. Bone Prison is still better. Oh, it was still better. Someone said that he saw 22 million. That's good to know. So again, now with the optimized build on everything, like you're going in, that was the Godslayer crown, by the way, which pulled everything together. Everything just dies.
I need more time.
This is now without the two-handed weapon, because right now, more damage wouldn't mean a better dungeon run, right? More damage would just mean more damage. But realistically, what would more damage use me when I would die now because I don't have the barrier from the bone storms and the gazillion of bone storms that are literally running here right now, correct? Which you're then subsequently keeping... Oh, I forgot to change my chest to the barrier. Okay, right now, you know, listen, with the bone storms and the bone storm barrier that you're getting that's keeping you alive. Yeah, I went in without the bone storm barrier because we forgot to change that. Right? So that's without the bone storm. Might as well, as I forgot to change it right now, just swap in the two-handed weapon and just see how it feels. Well, as I've forgotten it anyways. Oh, that's nice. There's a couple of 12 million hits just there. You see, this is now with the two-handed weapons. Okay, this is the maximum damage build. So not tacked on survivability. This is literally just like how could I do the most possible available damage to everything in existence. And it's bursty. I kind of like it. Brings me back always to almost to the vibes of trying to fit Blood Wave in here, and then just going for the Blood Wave instead. Now, why would you need more survivability, chat, when you can just deal so much damage that everything just dies and you don't have to give a flying fart? Huh? I'm not gonna lie, those procs are juicy, but I honestly just still prefer the build that would keep me alive every single time, right? So right now I don't have actually any potions currently, so I would die. No, because I don't pick up what the enemies are kind of like dropping, so we end up like without potions. The potions back now. Funny how this build is still more tanky than... Oh, you're so dead. Not even funny. So let's see what we do against the boss, ladies and gentlemen. How are you liking this from the looks now? It looks like the unique glyph we'll get from the Arbiter of Zir provides high damage. Yeah, Melphis. That's why I'm saying it makes no sense to tack into damage, because we're getting a glyph that gives us even more damage. So why would we tack into damage again when we should tack into survivability and then essentially just get the glyph to get us even more damage, right? Yeah, not gonna lie, this like I am genuinely surprised how well the two-handed weapon has run this now. We'll say I am genuinely surprised that this is working out so good with a two-handed weapon. Which is interesting because now the question rather is, if we're running a two-handed weapon, chat. Okay, like let me ask you something, ladies and gentlemen. If we're running a two-handed weapon, okay? And we're going for maximum crits. What's better? What's better? Okay, listen. If we put the Shadow Blight aspect on the amulet, but we would put the Grasping Veins for maximum corpse tendriling on the sword. So we would lose a 60% total damage, but we would get 80% multiplicative on this. Grasping a weapon for crit damage, Steven. I think we're getting there. You know, we're getting to something. This is shaping up to be nice. I mean, I'm a little bit sad that we're gonna be losing the. I'm a little bit sad we're gonna be losing the shield here. I'm not gonna lie. That truly has me not happy. What I'm intrigued in is Ixfeld's corroded signet does not get more damage from my weapon damage. Okay. So the question we should ask is rather, is the two-handed weapon better? Which boosts our damage significantly, right? By 100%. Or could we take an offhand that would boost our damage more than the Lilith Wall? I mean, obviously there's, like, you know, the Lilith Wall doesn't boost our damage. So, could we? I mean, the weapon is still, it's a sound concept. Don't get me wrong. Could we get a focus? Focus can have crit chance, right? And intelligence on all stats. It's kind of nice. I mean, this one has critical strike chance, strength, and lucky hit chance, which is also good. I mean, this one would technically higher our damage, right? There's no question it would. Which brings me to the interesting point. We're back to the conclusion. We're back to the conclusion that we could play this instead of Bone Storm with Blood Wave, and we could create a Blood Wave that can also crit for a couple of billions, and we could put on the Desecrated Ground Glyph back in again for another 15% multiplicative damage to even increase the damage of this even further. You could say, screw the... Screw the vulnerable multiplier. And like a little bit more willpower just for the YOLOs. And another 15% multiplicative when the Shadow Wave is happening. Just let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Yeah, the bottleneck we ran into when pushing Greater Rifts in Diablo 3 was damage. In D4, most builds have sufficient damage for 9/100. The limiting factor is survivability. Exactly. So we have this build and we can make it super survival. But that's not the question, because we want... I like the Vampire Daddy name. Thank you, Voodoo. But we're just trying to see what could we do higher, right? Also, we have to change the 2 gems. Wait. Let him cook, chat. Let him cook. I'm cooking here right now. So we're still at 20% crit chance. We're at 31% crit chance plus 30%. So 60% crit chance in total. That should be more than enough, right? 30% crit chance. Now we get 25% critical strike damage through that. We have like 743% crit damage there. We are going to remove the damage over time gems quickly to then socket another 2 sapphires for damage versus crowd controlled. So that brings us back to 800%, somewhere around that. Yada, yada, yada. Which now brings us ultimately to... we're going back into the Paragon board. And the Paragon board, we would actually choose to... I mean, we could remove the Scorch Glyph. But that's 10% multiplicative more damage against damage enemies affected by shadow damage over time. But now comes the very interesting question. So this is 80% shadow damage over time, which is useless for us, right? But what if we would now replace this one through the Imbiber Glyph, which has no multiplier happening, but the Imbiber itself has damage while healthy. And damage while healthy is its own kind of esque multiplier-ish. Need one more point from somewhere? Should just hammer in another willpower because it's good. Hey, here we can steal this away from here and hammer in another willpower just to squeeze out the last little droplets. No, I'm not sure if that's more damage, you know? You get crit chance through Vampiric Power. No, we don't need crit chance through Vampiric Power. That one doesn't work, or that one is not needed. I mean, 60% crit chance is enough. Like, if anyone is telling me 60% crit chance is not enough, well, we're gonna be throwing hands, you know? Seriously. Okay, now test number... The only thing we could change is we could get a sword, but then we would also miss out on lucky hit chance, so keep that in mind, right? We're actually gonna make normal training dummies and not bosses because they should stagger faster. No, the single training dummies, they should stagger faster. Okay, so we've seen up to 20 million with the two-handed weapon, right? But now we're oh wait, we made a mistake. When I just want to see how much it goes up to though, quickly with the that, just out of interest. Let's go 3, 5 millions. It's a 12 million, so we saw 12 million happiness. Good. 12 million without the two-handed weapon, where 19 was kind of like the max with the two-handed weapon. But now the question was obviously going back from the Bone Storm over to actual Bloodwave. Yeah. That's going to steal, again, 20% crit chance, which is a little bit of a bummer. But the Bloodwave itself can also do incredible damages. And this is what we're going to be recording now. So let's get ready to rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Get everything going. Let's do the Bloodwave. Let's go our cooldowns more. There's already a 5-7 million. Couple, and the Bloodwave itself for some reason also has a very high lucky hit chance trigger, guys. That actually is triggering also subsequently very often. I'm literally like, there's too many values. My mind is just overloading. I can't actually tell you if I see like anything high right now, you know? No, I can't tell you if I'm seeing anything high or not. I'll have to go into the VOD and just check it then. Okay. Okay, let's see. Wait, the training dummies, do they not stagger? Why don't they have a stagger bar? Why do you not have a stagger bar right now? It's so weird. Okay, do you have a Panadol build created? It's linked in the description of this video. Okay, now let me see. What did we do? Oh yeah, sorry, my brain. I like when you do too many things at the same time and your brain is just like, yeah, I don't want to compute anymore. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's zoom this out. start doing damage. It's like the standard damage, right? Then you dash, and then when the poop wave comes out, that's where the first bigger damage comes in. See, there was like just right now, with not even all the things stacked, with not even your maximum amount of damage going on, there was already here's 7 million, so that's good. We're looking like for every purple lightning, there's a purple lightning again. It was 6 million only. Weak, we're not waking up. And there's another, that's 7776. There's another one. There's 4, 3, 3, 2. Now we have everything stacked. So now if one comes there, there's 10 million. That one is 566. Poop staggered. Poop wave. Come on, do it. There's a 7 million hit. Wait, let me see if I have to turn this quickly. There's a 7 million hit. Oh, what did I do? I pressed weird shortcuts. Funny, why are you moving so much? I need to dash, by the way, to get there's an 8 million, 11 million, 12 million. There's another 11 million. So that's like definitely possible. There's another, is that a 20 million, Chad? Do I see that correct? 20 million, 22,844. Yep, it is. Ha ha ha, ladies and gentlemen. Might be just a freak of nature explosion there. 11. Interesting. It's just fun to see how much damage also the wave actually does. So that's like good to see when you're going for the full rotation. So it definitely does put that out. As always, the question is like, how does this feel now dungeoneering, right? So we did this whole thing now to push it like a little bit further. But as always, like you gotta take this dungeoneering as well, right? You just can't don't just take it there. Let's see what we have. We have Tormented Ruins with a Drifting Shade, Nightmare Portal, Poison Enchanted. I mean, it's Flooded Depth. I hate Poison Enchanted, but it could be worse. So let's go into that one for a second. First time here. Howdy, Harbor Mars. Good to see you there. Now, again, this is just for maximum damage, not for survivability, right? The aspect on your offhand relevant for the build, it looked like it was for something else. No, this is triple blood wave, which essentially prolongs the effect of me getting the desecrated ground bonus damage. Here, 1 blood wave, 2 blood wave, 3 blood wave. See, and this just kills the whole room. So is it relevant? Well, I mean, if you just want to kill the whole room with one single spell, then you might call it relevant. See, I can just push myself all the way in here, and then I put my poop wave out. Oops, and then I just walk too deep in and die. But you see what I'm talking about when we're using the poop wave. No, I do have the wrong chest. No, actually, I have the right chest aspect. That's kind of cute. Hee. Yeah, you just poop on them. That's what the build actually does.
I need more time.
The poop wave works. Also, where vast parts of your damage are essentially coming from poop waving. No, but also like one corpse explosion just did 12 million damage to all of them, right? So they just all died because they ran into a 12 million damage corpse explosion. Poor lads.
I need more time.
I didn't see it coming. Here's the guy, man, the myth, the legend, Mr. like shipwreck master 3000. He just got poop waved on and he's dead. Right? And on we go.
I'm not ready yet.
It's funny because I didn't think we could make the poop wave build better, but essentially like by see now they're all pulled together and dead. Did a couple 3 million eggs. So we actually wanted to improve you know, the other build, and by accident we made the poop wave build better. To play today, well, we're trying to get the highest million possible with this build, and at the same time, not only the highest. So you walk in, they get all pulled together and dead. That's it, Chad. And now for the bonus effect, if you want to make it a bit cooler, instead of like you can also just go in, right? They all get pulled together, and then you poop on them. And this is like when you want to escalate your damage to like levels that are unfair for your opponents. You know, that's when you just want to take it a little bit too far. You really hate your opponents. You do that. Oh, that is a problem. The problem not being of a damage nature, the problem being of a I'm running out of heals nature. It's actually funny to me right now because we're actually beating the butcher with a poop wave build, Chan.
I need more time.
I could say, Pony, stop kiting him around the thingy, and I'm gonna tell you no. The fuck no. This is the only thing that keeps me alive. This is the only reason I'm still working. Say, that's unfair, Pony. Like, you're bullying him. Yes. Yes.
I need more time.
Document to more enemies, that would be helpful. Especially as I'm running out of resources right now.
I'm not ready yet. I'm low on essence.
Come on, Butcher. Chop, chop, double time. Oh, shit. you took that one personal, Chad.
I need more time.
Why would we pull him into more enemies? Well, the thing is, if I pull him into more enemies, I get a better reset on my abilities, you know, and I can essentially poop wave more often. And if I can spam him with a poop wave, you see what happens, right? Poor Butcher just gets absolutely obliterated. Oh no, no, the other guys killed me. Oh, I was going a bit too greedy. This is going so good, right? Does any meta necro build have self-sustain outside of potions? Yes. I mean, the Lilith wall build self-sustains via blood orbs that you're making consistently. So you're actually making blood orbs the whole time, and these blood orbs kind of keep you alive. So that's how you're consistently like not dying.
I need more time.
It's kind of really cute when it comes down to that. Oh, I cornered myself. That's okay. Poop wave. Kind of also what you keep the poop wave for. You know, you put yourself in the position where things are ugly, and then you're like, you know what? How about poop wave? Oh, we almost just killed the butcher as like a shadow necro without barrier. So if you're asking, can the Lilith wall necro beat the butcher? The answer is yes. Easy, because he can't damage you. So what happens with the Lilith wall necro is that you essentially just keep dashing around the butcher in a circle, and that dashing around in a circle around him just continuously refreshes your shields, and then gives you more shields, and then more, and then more, and more, and more, and more. And you essentially end up like to the point where he just can't kill you. Oh, I don't wanna fuck with you. Really funny.
I need more time.
But I'm genuinely surprised at how well that actually went there. So you just saw like the poop wave of destruction. But I wanted to show you a boss fight. Now this is like really unfortunate. Because I couldn't show you a boss fight, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, which dungeon does have a boss? Heathen's Keep. Does Heathen's Keep have a boss? I don't want to do... Goa Ruins. Goa Ruins will kind of... Okay. Wait, did I just forget to upgrade my glyph? I forget to upgrade my glyph, Ryan. I forget to upgrade my glyph. Schwierig, as we say in Germany. Sehr schwierig. Okay. So, War Ruins is just one gigantic run through where you don't essentially fight minions. This is you playing the Goa Ruins. I mean, if you want to, you can still kill everything, right? You just don't have to. Boop. And this is where you also get your self-sustain from, right? Like there's now a bunch of blood orbs around here that if I choose to, if I want to, they can heal me. I'm definitely going to die to a volcanic in a second. Just waiting for that volcanic to tear me into pieces. Travel to the vial chamber. There is a way how to always travel the right way. I think it's to the right now. Yeah, to the right.
I need more time.
Hee. Oh, I'm not sure if it's to the left and then up or if we're gonna have to turn back time.
I need more time.
Yeah, and now we run through the blood orbs because I constantly just forget to pick up their...
I'm not ready yet.
I constantly forget to pick up their loot. I think that's a dead end. Wait, let me still pick this back up. Yes, poison feels so weird. What? Range, sir. Range. It wasn't like, what I don't understand is I was down and he was already in the animation. And then when I walked up, he just followed up to kill me, right? Weird. Good. That's the boss fight now.
I'm not ready yet.
We're pooping on the old lady. That was the first proc. Poop on her again. And that's the first stagger. Did she just lose all her life? Yes, she did. Now let's make her lose her composure as well. Poop, poop, poopity poop, 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 poopity poop. Feels good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fun build. So it was actually even more efficient than the Litless Wall build in terms of clearing speed, but that was it always been, you know? I'm not sure how we could escalate the damage further. Oh yeah, we wanted to check out if Imbiber was better than... Yeah, I need one more level in Exploit, and then I can actually check that. Because I wanted to check if Exploit was better than using Imbiber now, correct? So Imbiber's a nice multiplier, but we'll see. Yami King, by the way, thank you for the 8 months. Completely missed that earlier. Sorry for that, brother. Also, chat, do not forget, if you have your Prime Gaming sub available, use it somewhere on Twitch. And greetings to YouTube as well. Don't forget, this is live YouTube. Okay, 200 weapons. Let's get all of this shit here disenchanted. No one needs it. Oh, Sanguine Chapel. Finally, a Sanguine Chapel. I've been waiting for you. Sanguine Chapel is so much fun to play through.
I cannot do that here.
Let's get rid of this. No. Nibbity nope. Actually, I need that one. Good. Just need one more of those. Oh yeah, we still need to do the 200 experiments, by the way, though, with the amulet swapped around. But geez, that's going to be so expensive to do. I don't know if I want to do that one. You know, wants to do the expensive stuff. Already wasted all my money today. I barely have like any good money left, right? Where is the cheese? Sanguinian Chapel. It's actually the perfect this build. I mean, we've already more or less perfected this build. This is just like a little bit of tweak twerking, twiddly-deeing. I mean, I would still recommend the Tempest Storm over this by far, because the Lilith Storm is just safer. Now use your Prime sub if you're already a paying sub. No, either or. We do have 1 or 2 viewers who actually made themselves a second account because of exactly that reason, which is crazy, you know, and above and beyond support. So like this is obviously doing more damage, but the other build is just straight up safer to play, because what does more damage use you when you're dead, right? Oh wow. See, that's what we're talking about. You wouldn't die if this was the Bone Storm build. We wouldn't die to that. But now that we're going for this build and we're still playing it relative aggressive. I mean, you don't even have to play this aggressive, right? I just really enjoy zooming. So I choose to be more aggressive than is good for you. Okay, I am not sure why that would actually one-hit me, sir. So you don't have to play this aggressive, right? You can play it way slower. Use 93 dungeon, but use additional barrier from corpse explosion instead of damage reduction lift. Yeah, that one is good, honestly. There's like so much you can do just to be safer, right? Because damage is like so easy to get in Diablo. So getting copious, crazy amounts of damage is super easy. But like being able to survive tier 100 dungeons and beyond, I think that's more where the trick comes in, and that's more what more builds should look at. I mean, obviously viewers are a little bit blinded right now by all the damage that Barbarian deals and whatsoever, and they're just kind of like, yeah, but you know, what does all the damage in the world use you when you as a Necro would be dying technically? You see them all die? That was cute, wasn't it?
I need more time.
Pick up all the Bloodwave shenanigans. Okay, I can finally pick up the mechanical box. Now I'll curse this. Just go in. Boop, 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 boop. Then you wait for your sacrilegious rings to pull everything together. You go through and then you poop wave them. And everything essentially just dies to poop waving. I want to see Pony touch his toes with straight legs. Dude. You're asking for the impossible.
I need more time.
My children can do it though, and then they laugh about me. My favorite part about the shrine is that you can just curse from this point on, you know, and the shrine applies.
I need more time.
Super cute. Sir, you picked the wrong enemy to fight. So Pyro, thanks for being the first sub this hour. Appreciation, my friend. Thanks for supporting the channel and pushing us onwards and upwards with Diablo. Don't you worry, chat, when you think like there won't be ever any other games again. No, we'll be playing some other stuff. I mean, obviously, because I have a couple of experiments that I still want to do, that I still want to pull through with like all the different necro builds. There's a couple of necro builds I still want to make, but we're soon like at the pinnacle of everything I can reasonably make. And from that point on, it's just going to be clickbait fiesta, and that's about it, right?
I'm not ready yet.
And that's the point where you then like start playing and creating content for some other games. But we're just like really waiting for the Abattoir of Zir. It's going to be the next interesting content drop. Like, you notice how we're just doing like so much damage that you literally just you're tanking with damage at this point. Now, why look for your own survivability when your damage just does that for you? Right? Oh, that was a really nice proc. Not gonna lie. Interesting how much more damage we just now deal as we min-max this out. Okay, that would be a boss fight. No? Oh, there's 16 remaining. Why do these 16 here not get teleported to me now? Someone explain. Chat. Why don't they get teleported to me?
More time. I'm not ready.
Damn, everything dead. All I'm asking myself is how much lucky hit do I have? We only have 45%. So we get this, we get their lucky hit, we get this lucky hit, we get that lucky hit. We get lucky hit on gloves, but we're missing a huge lucky hit chance on gloves, to be honest. Of 15 port starts, Jesus, latex engine, robbery. Robbery. Okay, now let's poop on the enemy.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Like his only thing that can kill me when he goes like for his weird ass shebang shenanigans. That's why I also always go for lucky hit potions over more crit damage potions, right? Because you do already incredible damage, but the problem is not dealing incredible damage. The problem is getting more frequency into the incredible damage you deal, right? Because what does that use you when you're not doing even more? I'm confused. I thought there were 4 chests per Helltide. No, there are 2 chests per Helltide that refresh at every hour. Okay, a full hour they would refresh, and then you can do them again. Hell tides last an hour. Yeah, but hell tides last an hour over the hour. We have a video that explains that really intricate down to the very little detail. Okay, where was I stuck? I was stuck at going to... Yep, that was damage while healthy goes out. And we're going to be swapping in the... Wycliffe? Even though this is like a terrible board for this. Yep, that would be just the vulnerable damage more. But it's good to see you there. Can anyone advise me with a source of guaranteed increased crit chance on stagger that was mentioned a few times? Ah, Warm. Vampire power. Vampire power called Hectic. When struck, you have a 40% chance to fear. You're guaranteed to critical strike enemies who are feared. And staggered is also feared. $14 million straight away. 12 million.
I'm not ready yet.
15 million. 12. 18.
I'm not ready yet. I'm out of essence.
Surprisingly, I'd say the overall damage with Poop Wave is just so much higher than with Bone Storm. Kind of like funny to me. Yeah, there's just regular over 10 million ones, but more than before. 16, 12. I mean, what one hit there was 3 18s. So what one hit of X-Felds essentially can like on enough opponents can do up to 100 million damage now, right? If you put it together. Yeah, Moss Melt inside is a sludge. Okay, so I'm not sure if Exploit gives me more damage, but I saw like very high numbers as well. So Exploit and Bybra both give us very, very good damage. What we'd have to look at is we had Godslayer, we have T-Bolts on, we have that, and that, and that, and there, and then that. My two-handed weapon. Well, the interesting part, if we play with a single wave and the two-handed weapon, Chan. So this should be the maximum possible damage now.
I'm not ready yet.
Because of the 240% bonus. More lucky hits.
I'm not ready yet.
We're getting less shadow damage over time. It's actually, yeah, we get higher hits, but we get less. 26 million. I saw 26 million. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
There was a 21 million. Yep. It's nice.
I need more time.
23 million. Okay, now let me drink the potion, Chan, for 25% bonus critical strike chance, okay? Now this is the pinnacle. I don't think you can get more critical strike chance than that.
I need more time.
Let's ramp it up again. $15, 24. I think I saw 24. 28.
I need more time.
How high can this go?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. 223s, yeah, like this is quite crazy. Like how high we actually push this. It's funny because we're actually been losing also crit chance again. So we're down by lucky hit and crit chance, and we're also down by a poop wave. So subsequently, this should be weaker in total. But that's like the part now. We're essentially sacrificing one poop wave to do more damage in total. But what's better, one 28 million hit or multiple non-28, like multiple 20 million hits? You know, this is like the argument you're making right now, correct? We're fighting like with like, oh, do you want multi-million bazillion gazillion hits or not? You know? Can we just go for, you know, is it also just fine if we okay. I keep hitting short keys that I'm not supposed to be hitting. As the ramp begins. The ramp begins. There's 22 straight away. 22 million. 15. 20. Like the crazy part is, okay, so one hit here right now. So there's 124 million, right? There's 124 million. 117 million. So right now on this screen, one single explosion did 24, 16, 13. So we're at 40 million. We're at 53 million. Then we're at plus 17. We're at 70 million. There is another, like, you know, there's another 1 point in the middle. There's another 2.4. There's a 1.8. There's another 2.4. And there's another 2 million. So alone on this screen, you have what, like 80 million or so? Just from one single explosion plus damage over time, right? Oh, there was an 18 million. No, chat, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. There was an 18 million hidden. Is that an 18 million or 18,000 hidden behind? No, there's an 18 million. 18 million, 17 million. Right now, let's do the... There's 27, and 15. Poop wave goes out. 20 here. This one is also alone 50 million on the screen, right? 28 plus 23 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4. Okay. The crazy part is the 2 million, and the 4 million are just the standard damage over time you're dealing, right? Okay, another one. There's one more. This one was weak, chat. This one was only 24 plus 10 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 15 up there. You know, plus all the damage over time. That was kind of plenty weak. You know, it's 24 plus 9 plus 15 plus 10 down there. Yikes. Almost ashamed of that one. Here, this one was, see, this one was only for 7,000, chat. It was a sad one. Oh, this one was a casual 15. This one was a casual 15 plus 22 million, chat. I am sorry. Interesting. There's another one down here that's just 15 plus 17. This one was 21 plus 13 plus all the damage over time that's just ticking in the background. Okay, how does it play with one single wave in the dungeon? I want to know this. Can you do a Hoda Barbarian, please? I mean, everyone has done a Hoda Barbarian already. What those millions are that not X-Felds. Oh, so the millions of damage that don't do X-Felds are Shadow Blight. So shadow damage enemies with Shadow Blight for 2 seconds. Every 10 does 6,000 damage, right? And then you also have your your corpse explosion. Corpse explosion ticks for 39,000 per tick, and that also gets higher. So this is just this is just your standard damage. Okay, now single wave, guys. Single wave poop necro. Not multi-wave poop necro, single wave poop necro. And I'm not sure how that will feel, because you're essentially now having to kind of Hidden City. Does monster shadow damage over time resist? Leviathan's Maw with a lightning storm. Oh, a Leviathan's Maw is just so... Oh, it doesn't have a boss fight. No, Leviathan... Okay, it doesn't have a boss fight, but still we can make it work. To check. Dummies don't have armor and resistance. What's the point of this test, War Daddy? I mean, it does literally not matter if dummies don't have armor or resistances, because that still shows you that you can do plentiful big damages. You know, if you can't do big damages on the dummies, you can't do big damages in a dungeon. So I don't understand. Like you're literally testing if your build is working. So what's the use of this test? You're testing if it's working, if you're doing high damage. That's what you're testing. I mean, it doesn't tell you how survivally your build is, that's for sure. That's like one single wave now, and it just feels so weak to just pump out one wave instead of multi-waves. Also, I really do want to put the corpse tendrils on the weapon then. That's the only thing I would swap around now. Because, like, I do the corpse tendrils, like, it's the most often skill that you're going to be doing, right? So I would probably change the corpse tendrils on the weapon to have then a more critical zoomer even. Whee! Look at how fast I am, Chad! I mean, honestly, it might be only one wave, but it's just still does plenty damage. But why is one wave sadder than multiple waves? That's really easily answered, because multiple waves is also multiple lucky hits. Where one wave only does one round of lucky hits, the multiple wave does multiple rounds of lucky hits. So now we would have a higher damage potential on crits, but we would in total just lucky hit less. So we would get less damage in total. Right? It's kind of sad. D4 good? I mean, D4's never been bad. Despite what the media wants, like, see, one wave and one, well, that was nice. That was nice. Did you see what happened to those poor people? We're standing there.
I need more time.
Boop. The funny part is when the blight you're throwing in starts triggering X-Files and you don't actually need anything else, and it was just enough to actually throw a blight in. Poop.
I need more time.
Oh no. I need to run back once in a while. Oh, poop. I miss the triple poop wave though. But I don't see a way to actually get it in anyhow. That's my greatest problem. I don't see a way how I could get triple poop wave in. Also, the triple poop wave has a higher cooldown reduction in itself. So I'm making a case for maximum damage, Ryan. But I have to see how we wrap this into a video. I mean, we did some really interesting testing now, Chan. But obviously, all this testing gotta be wrapped into a conclusion video for the community. And I'm not sure what the conclusion right now is. That less damage is better? Because it allows us to do more damage? I mean, we're still going through this dungeon like there's no tomorrow, right? It's not like that we're having like any struggles. This is a tier 100 dungeon and we're essentially just jumping and bumping. Well, that's a good turn, unfortunate. Boop. You have a moment to talk about poop. Great opener is always a great opener. I mean, we made already a video about the Poopmancer, so the Poopmancer in itself is not a new concept for the community. They know the Poopmancer's that good, right? But it's just like cool to see how much damage we squeezed out of this, because we already had this build made with a lot of damage, right? This build was already done. We already knew how much damage it can deal. But now we essentially decided to twiddle, tweak, and twerk-a-deedly-dee it a little bit more, and we're doing even more damage than ever before. Okay, does Heathen's Keep have a boss? Belfry Zakara. Belfry Zakara has a boss? Yeah, shoot, damage spot. That's the plan, right? Ariano. I mean, we can do Lilith now. I've already killed Lilith with this build. It's absolutely possible. You usually go for a lucky hit potion there. Why a lucky hit potion? Because you want to trigger it more. And especially you want to skip phase 2. Because on phase 1, Lilith, she's just like she's easy, right? And then phase 2, you want to skip the fire phase. And that's where lucky hit potions come in so handy. I'm not sure if you can actually craft a lucky hit potion. Wait, this one has a boss, right? Oh god, chat, tell me that this one does have a boss.
I'm not ready.
Oh, I'm making a mistake here. Haha, you're locked in here with me, not the other way around. You made a mistake. I thought I made a mistake, Chad. You forgot that I have a poop wave. And I pretty much shit on them. Why don't you make a list of dungeons that have a boss? There is lists out there like that. I just never look at them. No, I rely on my memory, which is probably a mistake.
I'm not ready.
Oop. These corpse bows are really trying to do me in. Oh, what? You just turn around that quick? Robbery. I'll say it, chat. It's robbery. The funny part, though, is one of the drowned bells already died. When did that happen? Oh, my poop wave just destroyed a drowned bell that was in that room. I didn't even notice. Oops. Sir, this is a Wendy's, and I kind of felt like that I was standing way further away from you than you had any right to hit me with that. Few review builds. I'm a level 99 Bone Spear Necro and I'm struggling with Nightmare 56. If you struggle with Nightmare 56, it's a combination of lacking equipment, obviously. But also probably your Paragon board being terrible. I mean, most reasons why people don't do damage or why your damage just feels like it ain't there yet is because your Paragon boards are bad. Honestly, main reason. And there's no shame in that because Paragon boards are quite complicated to make when you really want to min-max the most out of them. Yeah, but that's where most damage gets missed on the streets. We made a very good video about the Paragon board in case you missed it. It kind of explains which glyphs are useful, which other glyphs are useless, and which glyphs you should be looking for and or not, you know? So there is a very good video about that on the YouTube. I'm trying to pull them all together here for a second so I can just poop wave them. There's my whole thingy here, right? But now like I went through all of this pain, right, just to get my poop wave off, knowing that if I had the triple poop wave, I would have just put it there into them and they all would have died. That's why I'm just like partially not happy with this currently, because the triple is just so much better. Finally following the Maxwell guides. I mean, usually the Maxwell guides are pretty good. Their Necromancer guide maker is a very experienced player that I can highly vouch for. Not saying they're better than my guides, because why would I ever do that? Oh god, I just jumped in that. But yeah, you know. Oh, by the way, do we have resistances running or do we have Hey chat, remember the 27 million max damage experiments we did? We're actually missing 21% multiplicative shadow damage. And someone quickly do the math. How much more damage would 27 million be times 21%? Also, don't know why the dungeon puts me at the end again. No, 28 million, Chad? Times 21. That means we gotta go back, right, Chad? That means we gotta run another test. How much I hated. Because now that there's a potential that we actually see the 30 million plus, right? I mean, my goal was 100 million damage, right? So I want to see an X-Files proc that essentially does 100 million damage. That's the proc. So how do we feel in the boss killing speed, by the way? Does it feel slower or faster with one poop wave? I feel like it feels vastly slower.
I'm not ready.
But I can't really say because the overall damage feels also really high, you know? It's like, it's a hard sell. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, I'll take it back. Yeah, the damage. What the? Woo, okay. Rest in pooperonis, lady. I like to see that. Honestly, I like to see that. Is this max desecrated ground plus Black River, but with Grandfather? No, not Grandfather. We're running the Blighted Gargoyle sword. Grandfather would actually not work in here. Grandfather would not work in here. This is the Litless wall build, but different. So the thing is, this is the maximum damage version of the build, right? But what we could do now, and this is like what is absolutely crazy to me. I want you to understand this, right? This build is now doing incredible damage, but with a little change, we would do minimal less damage. So instead of 30 million, we would only do 22 million. We could still put this build at a position where it's unkillable. So this is probably there's no better Necro available. I don't see how any other build could be better when I min-maxed it. Finally. How anyone could beat this reasonably. Okay, now let's go for elite training dummies. Multiple training dummies. We're aiming for 30 million, ladies and gentlemen. So have your eyes peeled for 30 million. Okay.
I need more time. I need more time.
The goal is 100 million hit. I'm not even looking at the numbers. I'm just doing it. You tell me if you see a 30 million. Must be possible. Are you? I am rabid today. We're doing crazy things, and there's so much fun to do right now. 41, you saw 41? Okay, let's go into the VOD. That's it. I'm not doing more. Let's calm down now. Okay, you think 41. Ooh. Again, the goal is 100 million. Chat, can we do it? Can we get it done? Let's pull it in. And we're starting. I need to zoom a bit out. I keep hitting some random word keys. And we start ramping up, and look at the skill bar. There is like 2 Shadow Blight stacks, 3 Shadow Blight stacks. There's now 10 Shadow Blight stacks. Now maximum damage is possible. There's also 5 eaten corpses, so now maximum damage is now officially put 26. Okay, that was already 26 and 18 million, right? So just a casual warm up, guys. 26, 18 plus 5 million. Just a little warm up. Just, you know, rookie numbers. There's another one. There was a X-Felt explosion. That was just 10 million. Pretty weak. Is there another one? There's 19 plus 7. Just staring for these X-Files procs. It's casual 7 million white dot in the background. That's the funny part, right? How much damage you're essentially dealing by merely existing. Okay, that was one for 13 and 22. Oh, that here, Chad. This is a big number. This is a big number. Okay, we got a 33 and a 31. So we're at, well, casual 64 plus 1 plus 1.2 plus 1.8 plus 1.6. This is a 20 plus 26 plus 23. So 69 million plus 15 million. And the interesting part, right? We're in a 69 million plus 15, so we're at 84. Then there's another 4.5 million, a 1.5 million, another 1.8 million, another 1 million, another 1.2 million, and another 1 million, plus another 1 million down there. That wasn't 100 million, right? Was that 100 million? I didn't count it up. I think that was 90. Let's say that was 90 million, okay? Probably. Yeah, about 90. Shit. That was a tiny one shot. Casual 50 million. Poop wave. Oh, here also. So we got like 19, 14, and 19. That said they saw 41. I want the 41. Okay, that was just 18, 19, and 15. Everything under, like, once you saw the high numbers, everything under 20 million becomes just trivial. Oh, there it is. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, 41.87 million, followed up by another 27 million on the side, but it is still not 100. That one is just weak. That one is essentially, this one is now a trigger, and you see how it's only 6 and 10 million. But so the reason is because you're not having like your stacks triggered up and everything, right? You're not at the maximum awesomeness. And that's where it's just so weak. That's another 15, 26. I mean, the damage numbers are definitely more regular, so that's for sure, right? But I have to say that the single poop wave just feels so bad when you could have like a triple poop wave. But I just simply don't see how I could get anything in. Okay, this is it. 50! Ladies and gentlemen! We got it. We got it. We did it. Okay, that is 50 million plus 29 million. We're whooping out the calculator, chat. We're whooping out the calculator, okay? 50.2 plus 29.3 plus 27.5. Plus 32.5. There's a casual, like, well, there's a casual 4 million in the background, a casual 2 million in the background, another, like, I don't know if that's another 31 million hidden, but so I don't know if there's a 31 million or it's the 31,000 hitting behind this. You know, this number here, I don't know what that is. That's another 31 million. No, it's a 31,400. Okay, that's plus 31 million. Yep. Yes, it was hiding behind. Well, that was my goal for today, and I think we exceeded above and beyond, chat, that we are able to do. Yeah, that's great. That was an absolute min-maxing journey. So now comes the crazy part, okay? So this is the 50 million damage version, okay? Possible 50 million damage. But if we now go into all of this and we decide that we actually rather want to play this safer, you would still just whip out the Litless Wall. You would just whip out your tiny, not that one. Just whip out the Litless Wall and the Rattling Bone. And then with the swap of two things, as you're feeling insecure, you would turn this into the absolute. I mean, it was before a dungeon zooming build, right? But now let's take something that's like super annoying. Heathens keep Avenger Monster Shadow Resist. Something like, you know, everyone is just going to be like not taking damage because they resist 40% of my damage. It's a good screenshot. I don't need the screenshot, but I'm gonna make the screenshot. So, wait. Here. I'm gonna have to name the file. That is 190 million damage. I just have to find the timestamp again, essentially. So now that we just with this little alteration again, you turn this into the, you know, the Lilith storm again. And now you're doing the same as you've done before with the blood wave, only that you're just continuously forgetting to use the shielding storm because you forget to put on the right item. Only that you're continuously forget to use the right chest that has still not that on what we've been talking about the whole time. Holy Christ. Oh. Excuse-moi, chat. We forget to put on that thing that allows us to do this. I think I'm gonna, yeah, we're gonna go for the helmet swap too, because I just want to do that. The shielding storm helmet is just like, you know, just gives us the real tankiness. I mean, it kind of kills the metamorphosis vampiric power. We could alleviate that by just changing this over. So I would say, like, I would call this a success, chat. I mean, we set out to boost this build beyond anything it has ever been capable of. And now, like, see, and this is now what that I have everything going. This is now the actual version you want to have, right? This is the permanent bone storm version where you're just running around and you're just triggering bone storms on everyone. Right, and you're essentially permanently, like, he just hit me with a full blast, right? But it doesn't matter because I have 16,000 barrier permanently running. No matter who hits me, no one can essentially kill me, and we just keep making bone storms. Ow! And this one is going to trigger another 2 bone storms, and we make more. Then, like, these bone storms alone are enough to just kill them. Like, I don't have to do anything anymore. I just have to stand here and watch my bone storms just tear everything into pieces, and I could just be AFK. You see how they all died? Like I didn't press a single ability. You know, they just get torn. And I'm just existing essentially. I don't have to do anything anymore. This is now the weaker version of the build in terms of damage, but you see all the damage, right? And how I'm not even, like, remotely in danger of dying. Like, which one would you now prefer? The one that does exceedingly bigger damages, or so I think this one is, like, if we're looking at the Abattoir of Zir, like, if you're just looking to kill a boss, I guess there's an easy answer what you're gonna play. You're gonna play that build that's better able to kill a boss. But if we're just looking, like, for the Abattoir of Zir and how are you gonna play the Abattoir, I think there's one easy answer to what you should be playing, right? See, this one does lesser damage now than the build with the blood wave, right? But it doesn't mean that it deals bad damage, just lesser damage. I mean, also we're not running currently metamorphosis, so that's also robbing a little bit of lucky hits from us. Yeah, I mean, you actually stagger more, which is interesting because of the yeah, I mean, he's dead. So that's the build in weaker. Interesting. Single poop wave against Lilith now, chat. Single poop wave against Lilith. Well, we've killed her already with every version of this build multiple times over. But how does a single poop wave now do? Food. Let's go. Why the devil not? Hey, do not summon Diablo here, sir. And calm down. Good morning, Mike. How are you doing? Okie dokie. We have the critical strike thingy on. We could technically take the lucky hit, but let's go with a critical the critical strike damage potion, not chance damage potion. Critical strike damage might be smarter, but we'll see. No, I don't have. I have the wrong. I have the wrong helmet. I don't have my Metamorphosis Vampiric Power running. I have the wrong helmet. Could you please kill me, mommy? Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, if we're already going for it, we might as well pick up the right helmet, correct? What if I ran Soulbrand and Helmet Disobedience? For this... So you don't have to run Soulbrand at all. I've been running the build now without Soulbrand the whole time and with Disobedience instead. And it works equivalently well. So that's just to choose your poison thingy there. Soulbrand is nice, though. I do just genuinely like Soulbrand. It's a fun thingy because of the bonus lucky hit chance. That's where Soulbrand just comes in so nice. And that's why... And that's why I do genuinely enjoy Soulbrand. By the way, against Lilith, it would make sense to swap two things around. My Godslayer crown. Yeah. I'm always like, I can find it, I swear. And then it turns out I can't find it because I'm blind. So yeah, you would do this, and technically now against Lilith as well, the Domination Vampiric Power is useless, right? And the Control Glyph is also useless. There's actually a bunch of useless things now against Lilith, because simple matter of fact, Lilith can't take the stunned, immobilized, injured, frozen damage, right? So I'd rather put on the Ravenous Vampiric Power, because the Ravenous Vampiric Power allows you to just do a faster attacks. Venom, greetings to the US. Love the Godslayer Crown. I actually don't love the Godslayer Crown, but we just were doing maximum damage experiments, so we might as well go for the Godslayer Crown, right? So now my dashes make her vulnerable again, and they also replenish my essence finally, which then leads to me being able to do the damage I've been looking for, actually. Oh, see? Did you just see what happened to her HP, ladies and gentlemen? Poor little lady. So, how much damage was that, Chan? Did anyone see the number?
I need more time.
Oh, that was bullshit. We did so much damage, you should have never triggered that. Just walked into it. But yeah, that's fantastic. It, like, even the single blood wave working so well is just stupid. I'm still saying that she's safer to do with the triple blood wave. Because this has like a higher damage ceiling, but it's generally like a lower damage total. Oh, you just flew up too early. You would have just taken all the damage in the world if you didn't fly up. And I call scam there. Oh.
I'm not ready.
That. Run away from the corpses, chat. We need them for phase 2. So the plan with phase 2 is that you always have to try triggering 5 corpses.
I need more time.
So you would do this. And this allows you to now skip everything, right? Now you're already done again. We gotta look out that we don't accidentally stun her. This is bad. This is actually very bad. Because if I now do a single point of damage to her, she'll get stunned and she'll break. If I don't do a little point of damage to her,
I'm not ready.
can you die? Jesus. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shall we do a comparison to the offhand onhand thingy? That was now like with Godslayer crown and everything, right? But should we also do one where we essentially use Lilith's wall right now? Just to like have the direct 1-to-1. Do you need points and tendrils if you have 1 second sacrilegious ring? I don't understand why. 8 seconds. No. Whatever. So you have 8 seconds. You don't have 1 second. You have 8 seconds on tendrils. But again, you don't need points on the boots. I play Flicker Step. I play Flicker Step, for example. Anyone not play Flicker Step as an Necro's an idiot. Sorry, I said it. I'm not taking it back. So that is now the with a sacrilegious, like just to show you like a difference in how this is. You know, we just spammed that. And let me close this out. I lost Chad. There is Chad back again. Holy. Will you have a Paragon board layout for this build with your guide? Yes, I will have a Paragon board with this. We revised the Paragon board multiple times, and I think we came to a good conclusion. We achieved like a nice level there of Paragon boarding. Interesting enough, I could actually go over this and maybe save even more points. Nah. Oh, wait, we have to swap. So the same build, the exact same equipment, right? Apart from the Lilith's wall on the other one, but everything else is the same. Now you're doing also damage with everything, but also with the Litless Wall on top of this, right? With the, you know.
I'm not ready yet.
That's why I'm such a big fan of Litless Wall. Because, wow. Works quite well, doesn't it? The only problem you guys always have with phase 2, right? Where if you don't get her broken, you just have to contend with fireballs.
I need more time.
That's annoying. No one likes to have to deal with these fireballs. Yeah, if you do the equivalent damage right, you just skip that too. The version with Litless Wall seems better. The funny part is if you play the Litless Wall and you actually use the helmet with Barrier, so we currently have the Godslayer crown, but you use the Barrier helmet, what happens is that you actually survive the fireballs with a sliver of HP. Okay. So it's actually genuinely possible to survive that, which I find very amusing. But the Litless Wall thing is always also down to a little bit of lucky hit, right? To get like your Litless Wall thing, to get your Bone Storm thingies running, because sometimes you don't get your Bone Storms to proc, right?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. This is fantastic. This is 8 stacks of Shadowblight Key passive, right? That means if I'm going to fight the boss now, I'm instantly going to get 10 stacks, which is instantly 120% bonus damage. The ultimate stack you're hoping for.
I'm not ready.
Because look how much the damage difference now is, right? If you get that straight away, and then like you're just... Gotta just now look out that you don't stagger her accidentally. Because staggering her right now would be kind of unlucky. Oh no, we're gonna stagger her. DPS stop, chat. DPS stop. Soulbound is good, right, Joshua? That's what I'm saying. Like, Soulbound is like you have to now look at the comparison right now, correct? Like with it's hard to put a thumb on it, because you're gonna be losing quite a significant amount of armor if I now choose to not play this armor anymore. But if you play the Litless Wall, it's almost stupid to not think about playing Soulbrand, because what does Soulbrand do, Chad? So Soulbrand does 2 things. Even if you are not running Barrier, but Soulbrand does lucky hit chance while you have Barrier, maximum life, and damage reduction from enemies. But now your healing potions no longer heal you. They give you a Barrier, which means that when I have Soulbrand on, I always have 11% bonus lucky hit chance while you have Barrier on top of everything I have. This is even faster. That's what we're saying with secure damage versus damage max. So again, this is the damage max, right? With a Blighted Gargoyle sword. But now let's go back as a comparison, because that's the interesting part. Also, the interesting part is that we made like 0 gaming progress today. and we're just you know, spitballing things at her like we're crazy. So now you're gonna use the Rattling Bone Wand, and you're gonna use the Tidal Serpent Stone. And like if you really want to, we can actually like no, we can't swap on the Soul Round because I'm too lazy to re-put my points right now. And that was gonna do another mommy. It's wonder what you need. It's a different kind of stream because I usually don't do these streams where I'm actually playing. Is this Infinity Mist? No, this is Lidless Storm and the Punami. Some call it the Pentadot build, but even though I'm not a fan, I prefer the Lidless Storm and Punami. Punami! So now we're back to using the poo wave, but instead of one poo wave, we're using 3 poo waves because you were saying this felt unreliable, and that is definitely down to the poo waves not being as pooey as possible. And now with the triple poo wave though, because that's the thing. Again, still same build, right? Nothing changed. All the items are the same, just like my wand and my offense changed. Just my offense changed, right? You can play this build essentially until you get the Litless Wall. Yeah. So it's it's 3 builds in one, more or less. The advantage right now is we can throw everything on her, right? But we can do the Punami, but now the Punami goes 3 times out, right? And that is in itself already vast amounts of damage. Just bamboozle down on Mommy Lilith.
I need more time.
See, the first Punami hit was just like for 1 million. Also plenty fast, right? Trying to not use the corpses. Oh, we got 7 stacks, Chad. This is good. This is a good try. Because the triple Punami essentially overloads the Shadow Blight key passive stacking so fast that you get the 100% stack. Do you see the damage? Do you see the damage? Because of the triple wave. Because of the triple wave, Chad. I'm just trying to explain why the triple wave is so superior over the single wave, despite the single wave allowing me to do gazillions of damage. I'm gonna stagger her and it's gonna be bad. Oh, she's good. She's again, Chad, I don't know why we get this done every single time, but here we are once more. Okay, let's go through her. Go through her one more time. Oh no, my phone is ringing. Staggered. And dead. Be right back. So, which one did you like the most, Chad? We did an update on the Bloodlines build. The Bloodlines build is currently not in the menu. Also, the Bloodlines build is updated to the max. I mean, I would probably change the Paragon boards in the Bloodlines build. If I'm honest with you. But that's about it. You know, just some Paragon improvements. This one is hot. I have to say, like, the triple poo wave is my personal favorite. of all the builds I'm playing currently. I mean, especially like, let's spin this into a dungeon one more time. We'll take a, wait, a Blood Blister dungeon, Broken Bulwark. We'll take the Triple Waver. So I'm not sure what to do with this now, you know? We figured out we can do 100 million damage. That's cool. But what are we doing with this now?
I'm not ready yet.
So there's the triple wave, which just essentially floods the room with poo and kills everyone. We flood the room with poo again. Blood and Mist under the umbrella here. And they all just die, see, from one poo wave. That's it. Ow! I was about to get the thing. Necromancer is very broken. Necromancer just has very many interesting ways to play. And many interesting things are possible with Necro as well. And that's the biggest fun that I like to go for here right now. You know, because you just can do so much. You're not limited to be playing your Hota Barbarian or whatsoever. Like I have so many different fun varied builds, and they're all insane. I mean, we did 200 million damage almost with one single proc of our Ixfeld's Corroded Signet. I think that's good. Oh, that's a unique. So that's a Black River. Cool. Illegal, kinda. If I'm honest with you. Ow, I just walked into him and died. This is the biggest downside of Punami that we've been talking about. That build does incredible damage, but there's a chance where you die. Whereas with the other version of this build, there's just literally no chance to die. And that's where I'm like I like this build so much, because you just need to have the Litless Wall and a focus, and you can just interchange these two builds, right? So you wanna push the dungeon, use Blood Wave, you use Bone Storm and the Litless. You wanna kill the boss, just put on Blood Wave and your focus. Ow. And you just win. And that's where I'm like really like enjoy this, because like right now, see, this is the change, and then done. And you're going from a build that can die to a build that can't die. Oh, and you should have the chest with the berry on, obviously. Because this is now with the chest without the berry on, right? Oh, I just oops. Oops. This here, chat, right? This here. It's so shoddy if you don't go for it. Because I just, like, that gotta be said. I min-maxed my Paragon board for damage, right? I didn't put any survivability into the Paragon board, so no life nodes, no armor nodes, no all resistance and all that kind of stuff, right? We just completely ignored everything in that, because we're like, just how much damage can we squeeze out of this? And you definitely feel that right now, right? I like the no die. Yeah, I like the no die as well when I could stop with that. Uber-Lilith seems easier than the Ubers in Path of Exile. That's because Uber-Lilith is broken. Review. So Uber-Lilith is actually a very fun and interesting opponent. Unless you decide to skip all of her mechanics. Where's my helmet? There's my helmet. Thank you. Unless you skip all of her mechanics and you essentially like fly past whatever she does. And then, yeah, what then, you know? Then you get like a boss left that does way too much damage, like that does a bunch of one-hit mechanics, but you kind of skip all the one-hit mechanics, so yeah. Yikes. And when you skip her one-hit mechanics too fast, she's gonna break and she's gonna turn really weird. Which is also very bad, right?
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
My favorite part about this build. So this is now the you know, the real Undying version. It's currently out of essence because I'm not running the Unstoppable. Oh, that was not what we wanted to look at. Hello there, bear. It's literally what you play for farming glyph XP, right? Because you're not playing this to farm items or anything. This is why I also think this build should be played for the Abattoir of Zir, because the Abattoir of Zir is going to be doing a lot of damage, right? Mr. 3 charge Ghostwalker though. Honestly, I never played Ghostwalker, and I have always been like now with like minimal charges, so I'm kind of fine. But yes, you definitely feel the charges. What you gotta remember with these boots is that attacks reset the charging, the dashing. So what you essentially do is you just do 2 corpse explosions and you get your charge back. You know? So yeah, this is the true Undying version, Chad. Okay. It essentially presses W to fly through the dungeon. W. Oh, Butcher. My problem is right now that I'm missing Unstoppable. Else I would not be in any way concerned about this. You see the amount of bone storms I'm having here right now? That's a tier 100 butcher, Chad. How are we feeling? What's up, Mr. Butcherman? You good there? Really good damage you got. Are you feeling well there? Sad part is, if I now have my Metamorphosis Vampiric power, I would actually have like more bone storms happening around him. So, it takes a while to kill him, but at the same time, he can't like literally kill me. Butcher's very tanky. I mean, Butcher's meant to be this tanky. Butcher's tankier than anything in the game. There's nothing that compares to the Butcher when it comes down to tankiness. No boss.
I'm not ready.
But hey, it's not like he can actually do damage to me. I mean, look at me. I'm just fortifying while I'm fighting versus him, Chad.
I'm not ready.
Oh, Butcher gave me a chance, guys. That was nice of him. Look. It's like, bro, I can't stun him and kill him. Right? Right? How nice of you, Mr. Butcher. Oh, finally he could do a damage point to me. That was unlucky.
I'm not ready.
Is it a lengthy fight? Yes, it is a lengthy fight. But you know what they say, team stamina wins. I ran out of Bone Storm. That doesn't happen very often. But you have to consider that we are right now running with -1 vampiric power. That would continuously replenish our essence and give us even more damage. So we're essentially running with an inferior version of the build right now.
I need more time.
Right?
I need more time. I need more time.
Mr. Butcher, could you please just not push me so hard so I could just, like, you know, try to trigger another Bone Storm? Thank you very much.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
This is the real power of the build, if I'm honest with you. Like that you're just able to essentially be like, yep, whatever's. You know, even if you would have to fight a tier 100 Butcher, there's like no way he kills you. You know?
I'm not ready yet.
Ta-da! Ponyhof versus the tier 100 Butcher. It was a battle of the ages. But I don't want to say it, but there's again the butcher loot goblin theory, because there's a loot goblin again in the dungeon that also had a butcher in it. I said it. I'm not taking it back. And you thought you had me? You don't, little pookie. I don't know what it is. I like the other build might be able to do a wee bit more damage, but this one is just, I think this one is for most people the build to play. Because who doesn't want to like permanently be unable to die, Chan? Right?
I'm not ready yet.
Who doesn't want to be just sitting there little. I mean, here we're standing into his maximum damage skill, right? We're stood in his maximum damage skill that's supposed to be like usually wiping you, and we just stood there and it was like, whatever, Timothy. Boom. Oh, Mother's Embrace. No, a low roll. Would using Grandfather with your summoner build that used the Mendel and Sacrilegious Ring work, or would it gimp the build? It would gimp the build. It wouldn't. It would work, but it wouldn't work. Beautiful. I am very happy with what we did here, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, the main thing you need is Flicker Step, because Flicker Step really reduces the cooldown, but it's for the Bloodwave build and for this build, for both builds. Each of them really profits from this. But yeah, this is what we get together, ladies and gentlemen. We get the 100 million damage again for the people that missed it, Chad. This is the screenshot. It's already tweeted out. We did 50 plus 27 plus 29 plus 31 plus 31 with another 2.7, 2.7, 4.4, 4 million, 1.3, and in the background. That's the damage we dealt, chat. That's what we made work. But also, I will have to leave you now. I wish I could go on further, thank you all for coming and watching for this 100 million damage experiment. I'll be doing a comprehensive video tomorrow where I talk about what we did to kind of higher the damage and what the conclusions are and how all the builds are looking. I'll probably have 3 build links with every single build. So we're going to have like the Punami, we have the updated Pentadot, we'll have the Sacrilegious Storm. So all 3 of them just vice versa, respectively upgraded. The best part is, again, all of these builds share the same Paragon board. So we updated the Paragon board to work for all these builds. And you can go between these builds. I mean, you can start as an Infinity Mist, and then you can go over to the Lilith Storm, and you can go over to the Punami, and like, they all just work together, and they're fantastically well interchangeable. Now, I'm done for today. Thank you for coming and watching. I'll hope to see you all tomorrow again. Not tomorrow, on Sunday again. Today was then a short stream. I'm sorry for that. So I'll see you on Sunday again, but more YouTube videos to come, obviously. Therefore, take care. Good night. Goodbye. See you soon.